again. Now, right now this morning the sun's coming up. I'm out here at the location and it's about 45 degrees. It's quite windy, but it looks like the conditions are really great. Supposed to be about 75, maybe 80 degrees at the high point today. And the weather forecast is supposed to be pretty nice. So back again here at an area where last time I was, we weren't able to finish what we started. We classified a bunch of material to run with the dry washer, and then we got snowed out. It snowed. The next day we came out to finish what we started, and it was snowing. So it was quite a surprise. We weren't able to finish what we started, but I'm back at that location again now, and the conditions look great. And I've got water in here I've got 4 gallons of water to drink and about 6 gallons of water to use for panning concentrates as I go. You can see I've got all the tools normally that I have along, and plenty of food. I've got all my sleeping gear up on the roof, and so I'm looking forward to getting back into some dry washing here and getting some gold. And thanks for coming along. I hope y'all are doing well. Please comment down below and give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and take care out there. All right, so here's what we left on the last trip out here. This is all of our classified material that we gathered up, which is actually, it started out as 10 buckets, and we classified it down. So this is what I'm going to run first, and this will help me to learn about the area that we were working in last time, because I'm trying to narrow it down to where I found the better gold in the past. So that's what I'm going to run first, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pan this out, and we'll see what we found in that. I've been waiting I'm tired of waiting to see what was in that dirt. So I did find a fair amount of ironstones and magnetics in that material there. So let's see if I can get a lot of ironstone, pretty nice. Out of that run there. So let's pan this out and see what we have in here. If I was staying longer, it's just the way it is, you know. When you're dry washing, you need to have, everything's got to be dry, and that material that I just ran right there, that was what my uncle and I had done last time we were out here to that other area after all. But I will have learned what was in that particular spot that we worked last time I was here, because that's going to be helpful information for the next time I come out here. I was able to take a peek in that when I was moving the material around in the pan. Saw a pretty good pile of what looked like lead shot. There's a lot of lead. There's a lot of lead in there. I'm going to get that lead out of there with my finger, because any of the gold is probably going to be underneath that lead. I don't really see any gold standing out right at the moment. I haven't seen any move around in the pan. But let's pull some of that lead out. We'll pull some of that lead out through the water. Here, the rest of the day, you can see that lead. That's all that split shot. So I got most of the lead out of the pan now. Let's see if we can pan this down a little further. Well, it's certainly a lot less than I was expecting to see. I'm going to have to point it out here. Here's a couple pieces up here, and you know, there's some finer pieces here. There's probably a -50, maybe a few -100s right in this area, and then I think you can see at the tip of the snuffer bottle there's a couple pieces, and there's probably a little bit smaller pieces down in the black sand here. I'm gonna snuff all that up into the snuffer bottle so I can look at it more closely back home, but that helps because I'm able to. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting to see quite a bit more than that. So this kind of helps me rule out that area where we were digging last time, and it'll help me to focus on another area. So it's good information. But yeah, there's a little bit of gold. A lot less than I expected, but there's a little bit of gold there. Hey, good morning. All right, I'm going to give you an update here. Morning of day 2. I was able to do what I wanted yesterday here. I ran the stockpiled material and panned it out, and there was very little gold in that. So that helped me to decide where to dig yesterday. So because on a previous trip I was here, I found some really good gold, and I wanted to isolate where that was coming from. So I went to where I thought it was coming from, and that's what we stockpiled last time I was here. So yesterday I was able to run that material. The results were not good, so that showed me where I should focus. And so I focused on the other area, actually 2 other areas right nearby, and ran the dry wash for about 4 hours total time yesterday. And in between, you know, I took a break here and there, had some lunch, and then I had some dinner, and made up my camp, stayed the night. Anyway, the weather was great. The night was pretty nice last night, and I'm ready to move on to the other area now. So I did bag up some concentrates, and I'm thankful for that, and I'm headed out to the other location. Probably going to stay out there. I'll be out there today and tonight for sure. All right, what a drive. Yeah, it doesn't get fun until you get off the highway. All right, so made it out here to spot number 2. Along the way I stopped and I got a few other supplies that I needed, and now I'm here. So this is going to be kind of neat because last time I was here, just like the other spot yesterday, in this location we were stopped by the weather as well. Now, I've been out here many times before, and I've never seen rain. High wind, yes. In fact, it's breezy today. It's going to be real nice. It's got kind of a cool breeze. But I've never seen rain out here before. So we got some rain last time I was here, and that stopped us from what we were doing. So I'm back here again. I'm going to be able to finish what we started last time, and I'll show you where we're going to be digging. Thanks a lot for coming along. right, I'll tell you what. This combination I got here with this hat, with these flaps in the back, and then plus this face mask deal, pretty good combination for keeping the sun off of your skin. Even this thing has like a 50 or 30 rating or something like that against UV or, you know, the sun. So anyway, I'm going to show you the progress right now. It's about it's getting close to lunchtime. It's about 11:30 in the morning, and it's looking good, looking real good. I'm pretty close to just vacuuming and wrapping this up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to vacuum, clean it up, run that last little bit through the dry washer, and then I'm going to pack up my gear and I'm going to go over to another area and I'm going to hit that area up while I'm here and do a little bit of prospecting, possibly for our next trip. It's a real neat little gully I found over there, and I want to, while I'm out here, I want to sample it, and I'll probably do a quick pan out there, but I'm going to bring most of the concentrates home. That's just an update for now. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you the hole now. All right, here we go. Here's another shot of the hole there, and I'm going to proceed now with the dry or with the vacuuming. You can see here, really uncovered that bedrock. Alright, there you go. It took me a little over half an hour, but because I did all that prep work, I was able to vacuum it fairly nicely. So I got all the cracks cleaned out. I got the bedrock cleaned off. You can see that's quite a hole. I put a 5-gallon bucket in there and a rake for scale. You can see it's pretty interesting, really. The rock is very decomposing, and it's very brittle. You can just break it off. The more you rake it, the more it falls apart. So anyway, there's an update. There's the hole 24 hours later here. Actually, I've been here about 20 hours, maybe 22 hours. There's all the tailings, and I'm going to be putting a lot of that back in the hole so I can restore the hole so it doesn't look like I just dug a big hole out here. And I'll knock down the edges, and so anyway, I'll do that next, and I'll be packing up my things. So there's your update. All right, hope we find some good gold in there. That's all for now. All right, welcome back. I'm packing it up. It's a little after 3 o'clock, and it's the hot part of the day right now. It's the hottest it's been. Right now in the sun, it's about 100 degrees. And it's about 85 in the shade. So it's real nice in the shade, but when you get out in that sun, you can really feel it. And so I've been doing my best to stay out of the sun, and doing all right. So got the hole all taken care of, got the bedrock vacuumed, the crevices cleaned out, and I got all the concentrates bagged up. And also, I hit that other area yesterday, so I'm looking forward to seeing some results from both of these places. I decided not to do any panning out here for this spot. I'm going to do that when I get home, and because I want to make it over to that other area still today and run the machine for maybe about an hour and get a sample from that prospect I was mentioning earlier. So, doing good. It's really beautiful out here. It's nice to be away from the city. Yeah, so that's it. I think I'm gonna pack up the car and then hit on the road to the other area, and I'll check back in with you guys. All right, on my way out. I'm chasing the sun again. Sun is setting now. It's a little after, I don't know, it's about 8 o'clock. And I'm on my way out. Everything went really well. I went to that new area I told you about. I did some prospecting on the way out. I ran the dry washer in 2 separate gullies for 30 minutes each. And I'm bringing those concentrates home to see if there's any color in there at all. It's a very interesting area. I'm excited to see about that. But also, I'll clip in a couple videos here of what I find in the concentrates. I've got concentrates now from 2 of the areas, and they are available on my website. You can find the website in the description down below. Your purchases help support more trips and help support the channel. So thanks a lot for watching, and take care, y'all. Hey, I'm back. Had a really great drive back, and really overall a very nice trip. Back in the city now, and the sirens and everything, everything that comes along with being in the city, I'm back for. So anyway, I'm looking forward to getting back out there again. What I've got here is I've got the concentrates laid out. I've got the concentrates from the first location, which I have named Jurassic River, and I've got the concentrates from the second location, which I have named Volcanic Desert. And then I also have the concentrates from the last area that I prospected on the last day on the way out. So that's going to be real interesting. What I'm going to do is turn the camera around and show you the process here. I'm not going to be able to film the whole thing because of the sun and how hot it is out here, but I'll show you the gold that I find in the concentrates from the first area and the second area. And I think in an upcoming short video I'm going to do a wrap-up of the concentrates from the last area that I prospected. So here we go. I'm going to turn the camera around. I've got the bag of concentrates from the Jurassic River area, and it's pretty heavy. Actually, surprising how heavy this little sucker is. This bag here, it's not even quite a gallon Ziploc full. It weighs in at a little over, close to 8.5 pounds, and that's the Jurassic River area. This is all the concentrates that I collected from the dry washing work at the Volcanic Desert area. And this bunch of concentrates actually weighs a little over 11.5 pounds for just about a gallon Ziploc full. And I'm telling you, this sucker is heavy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out a bag from each of these areas. So this is from the volcanic desert area. I'm going to pan that out, and we're going to see what's in that bag. And I'm going to get one bag from the Jurassic River area. I actually did 2 different spots at Jurassic River, and this one I'm calling the Delta. And so I've got Jurassic River area. I'm going to pan out both of those concentrate bags to get an idea of what's in each one. But the rest of them I'm going to save because I want to sell those on my website. I've got bags here from Jurassic River of concentrates to sell. I've got bags here from Volcanic Desert to sell on my website. I'm not going to sell those through eBay or any other online place because, as you can see, I don't have a whole lot. And I have a couple buyers who are already interested in some concentrates. So I'm going to keep these for my website customers. And you can find the information about my website in the description box of the video. I'm going to get started panning these out. I'll do the Jurassic River first, and then I'll do the Volcanic Desert. And I'm going to pan them out, and then I'll put the camera back on because my camera is going to overheat here in the sun. And I'll show you what kind of gold I find in there. And so more to come. All right, here we go. All right, I'm back. I've got the results of the 2 bags that I went through from Jurassic River area and also Volcanic Desert area. Now, I didn't find anything that was real chunky, unfortunately not in these bags, but as you can imagine, every bag is from a different part of the hole. Every bag is maybe from a different level, so it's hard to say. The bags that I have remaining here are just like you saw them in the video. They are unsearched, they are unwashed, and that's the way they are. So where the better gold is in the bag, I can't tell you, but they are legitimately my concentrates from the dry washing work out in the area, and that's what I can guarantee. I can't guarantee you a return on investment like some of the pay dirt reviewers expect. I can't give you an ROI. These are just what I told you. These are the concentrates for my dry washing work, and that's what they are. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, it would help support the channel, and I really appreciate it. But once again, if you're looking for expected returns, I would say buy your pay dirt or buy your concentrates from somebody else, because I'll do the best I can, but that's all I can do is the best I can. So I'm trying to support my channel and my efforts, and also share some of what I've been doing and what I've been learning. So this is the result from the Jurassic River area, and if you can see in there, there's a fine line of gold right up in here. It's all pretty fine. Like I said, I didn't find any chunky pieces. I have found chunky pieces there before, and I also have found some pretty big flakes there before. In this pan, let's see here, I've got a nickel, a mercury dime for scale. So there you go. There's some genuine placer gold that I recovered with the dry washer. There's probably some more down in the black sands. One thing you should make note of with the Jurassic River area is I find quite a bit of lead, and the black sand is very fine, generally speaking, as opposed to the volcanic desert area. The I don't find a whole lot of lead here, but I do find pieces of bullets now and then, and bigger lead. And the black sand is a lot chunkier at the volcanic desert. There's also fine black sand, but there's a lot of chunky black sand. And you can see right up here in the corner, there's the little tiny gold. Some real fine finds. I mean, there's some fine gold in there that I was able to capture with my machine. And I'll show you with the dime there. So there you go. That is the update on the concentrates from volcanic desert and from Jurassic River. I've got some bags from each area that I'm going to put up for sale on my website, and that's going to be awesome. I think it's just part of the way it goes with prospecting and mining. And hopefully what I'm working towards here is locating an area where I can really start doing some mining, and the returns will be more predictable. But as it is right now, aside from one particular area, I've really mainly been prospecting, and you know, not really got into any sort of full-scale mining by any means. So I'm still working up towards that, and I'm going to show you what I have here, but I just wanted to do a short wrap-up about that. It's getting to be the time of the year where it's going to be pretty hot in a lot of these areas, so I'm going to start looking towards the mountains and thinking about making a trip up through some of the mountain areas and doing some prospecting and maybe some sniping and running the high banker, that type of thing. So anyway, thanks for coming along, and I'll show you the results here so that we can wrap up this trip and move on to the next one. This is not lead. These are small ironstones. And I get a lot bigger ironstones too from the area, but that's some very coarse black sand, if you want to call it. I mean, that's really what it is it's coarse black sand. So that's the kind of thing that is along with the fine. There's also fine black sand too, but there's a lot of coarse ironstone in the volcanic desert concentrates, and in the Jurassic River concentrates, it's much more traditional fine black sand. All right, the other thing I'm going to show you is the gold. The rest of the gold that I panned from the last area, from the volcanic desert area, is right here. I've got my mercury dime to put in there again. It's really, you know, I was hoping for quite a bit more, but you know, that's just the way it goes. So here it is, and there's a dime for scale. I got one nice chunky piece right there, and then the rest of them are finer, and then there's some real fine fines and down in here, and even some, I would say those are -100s over in there. So there's the last bit of gold from that particular trip, aside from whatever is in the bags of concentrates. Obviously I didn't go through the majority of the dry washing I bagged up and made concentrates out of. So what's in those bags, I'm not sure, and I can't guarantee. They've been unsearched and they're unwashed, and that's the way it goes. So that's the final wrap up. That's the gold. That's all the material that I actually processed and panned out is right there.